Hey folks, this is Jared Rosenberg at Nintendo World Report with a preview of Tokyo Mirage Sessions for the Nintendo Wii U. This is a game that is coming out at the end of June here in North America. This game was originally released in Japan back in December 2015, developed by Atlus in collaboration with Nintendo. The game, on the surface is a combination of the Fire Emblem series with the Shin Megami Tensei series. There are elements from both, probably more elements from Shin Megami Tensei, also sharing elements from the Persona series, which itself is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. Here, in this game, you play as the character, the boy, Itsuki, who has joined the Fortuna Entertainment talent agency, which on the surface is a talent agency, but in secret is helping fight the invasion of these evil mirages from a alternate dimension known as the Idol Sphere. And basically the evil mirages are stealing the creative energy from people, actors, all types of people, and the talent agency wants to stop this. To help them stop it, they have there are also mirages that are good, and they basically some of the characters in the game can become Mirage Masters, and I believe they are the ones who are best at stopping it. They have basically combined with the Mirage, and when they're in battle, they take on the form of the Mirage, and that's part of where the Fire Emblem aspect comes in. I believe the characters actually take on the appearance of Fire Emblem characters, and then will fight, and then also some of the bosses will be like Fire Emblem characters, and you get some of the Fire Emblem action that way. None of the main characters are people from Fire Emblem. I think during development they actually considered having some of the characters, be maybe based on Fire Emblem characters, but they decided it was better to use this Mirage system to include the Fire Emblem elements. Anyway, so the game takes place in Tokyo, Japan, and you go around, you go to different neighborhoods of Japan, and right now I believe we've just entered a dungeon. The game actually, in that way, the fact that it uses real-world, current-day Japan maybe is a little bit like The World Ends With You, which also did the same kind of thing. I know one of the dungeons in this game, is based on the Shibuya 109 department store. I believe other areas are also based on real places. But, so far in the demo of what I played, story seemed interesting. Seems like there's definitely, enough intrigue and such there. The English translation seems fine. The voices themselves are still in Japanese. I think that decision, in part, probably was to save money, but also, because the game takes place in Japan, it makes sense that everyone speaks Japanese, so I'm fine with that. The battle system itself is sort of like, I think I've heard, or I haven't played the Persona series myself, but I hear is most similar to Persona combat. There's this element where you can do these things called session attacks, which are basically like combo attacks. I think we just saw a demonstration of that. I only got 2 combos, so not very good there. But, if you get really good, you can do these crazy combos, 10 combos in a row, really hurt your enemies. The one problem is the enemies fighting you can also do really big combo attacks. I definitely ran into that against one of the boss characters, and he quite easily demolished me with some crazy combos. I had full HP and he still knocked me out. Sort of sucked, but I'm sure as you learn the combat system, you can avoid that kind of thing, and if you're really good, will do crazy combos against your opponents. In Fire Emblem, during combat, there's like a rock, paper, scissors thing going on. I believe that element is also supposed to be in this game. There's also a thing where when you're selecting the attacks, you can use a exclamation mark, I believe, will appear when you have a very strong attack that will hurt your opponent. So keep an eye out for that. I know one of the things a lot of people have talked about with this game is censorship. Certainly, they have the characters may not be as scantily clad as they were in the Japanese version. Nintendo, when they translate games, they do often try and make them more family-friendly and things like that. I know they increase the age of some of the characters. Me personally, I can at times understand what Nintendo is doing. Maybe they're trying to get a lower ESRB rating. I'm not sure. It would be nice if maybe, if Nintendo does feel the need, they have to do these censorship things. Wouldn't it be nice if they offered both versions? Like maybe on the disc came the censored version, but then you had the option of downloading an uncensored version. Many movies in the past have been horribly butchered. You release a foreign movie here in the US, removing entire scenes and things. Like I know this happened to early Miyazaki releases in the US. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind was released here in theaters in the 80s with like half the movie missing, and it was terrible. I hate censorship. In this case, the things Nintendo has changed. I feel like they're probably still keeping the spirit of the story, but still in a perfect world, it would be nice if Nintendo could offer a uncensored version as well. Even if the Wii U wasn't facing a software drought, I think Tokyo Mirage Sessions is the type of game that would have been worth taking a look at. So, I'm looking forward to it. Normally, I might not be looking forward to an RPG, but in this case, I think this appears to be a well-made game, and it should be interesting when it comes out at the end of the June. Well, thank you for watching, listening, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye.